inspired by a dream. That dream is now a reality. Our goal at GameDay Media is to provide a new way of watching high school sporting events in Northwest North Dakota through live audio video streaming services. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch and listen to all the action. We are looking for business sponsors to come on board with GameDay Media to help promote your business as we help to promote our area athletes during our broadcasts. Contact David or Randy Peterson for further details on how you can become a sponsor on GameDay Media. GameDay Media, more than a game.
And good evening, everybody. Randy Peterson here alongside David Peterson tonight as we are in Powers Lake, North Dakota at the barn. Up here in Powers Lake, we have Region 8 volleyball tonight. It'll be the visitors on the scoreboard tonight, the Comets out of Alexander. Their opponent tonight, the Ranchers out of Powers Lake-Burke Central tonight. Both teams coming into this match with a 2-1 record on the season. The Powers Lake Ranchers have defeated the Powers Lake Ranchers and the North Shore Plaza Wildcats, I believe, and have lost to the Crusaders out of Williston Trinity Christian. And the Comets took down the White Shield Warriors and North Shore Plaza before dropping a Region 8 matchup to the Ray Jays last week. So both teams with a 2-1 record. Again, my name's Randy Peterson alongside David Peterson tonight, and some of the names that we're going to be mentioning tonight for both teams. For the Comets, Lanny Powell leads the Comets with 41 kills in the first 3 games of the season. Mackenzie Suko right behind her with 39 kills. Jalen Modine has a total of 32 aces tonight, this year so far. Lanny Powell with 23 aces. Trinity Hernandez with 10 aces. Jalen Modine is not going to be available tonight because she's sick, but she has 77 assists to lead the team. And then Lanny Powell with 58 digs, Modine with 24 digs, and Suko with 29 digs. So those are some of the names that you'll be listening to tonight for the Alexander Comets. And on the other side of the scorebook, Eliza Schroeder, the senior from Powers Lake, has 37 kills to lead the Ranchers, 22 kills by Jocelyn Puckett, followed by Avaya Puckett with 15 kills, Addison Barsted with 12 kills to lead the Powers Lake Ranchers. When we come back to our GameDay Media NCC Sports Desk, we'll have our Border Plains Equipment pregame show as we continue on. We'll have our Continental Resources Coaches' comments. First up will be the head coach for the Comets. It'll be Terrell Jacobson back after this 2-minute timeout.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
Since 1961, Tioga Medical Center has been providing quality health care to Northwest North Dakota patients. With a newly built clinic in Tioga, where primary care providers along with visiting specialists are caring for patients every day. Primary care clinics in Ray and Powers Lake also. Call for an appointment today at 701-664-3368. Tioga Medical Center. Great staff making a difference in the lives of patients every day.
D&L Paraffin Incorporated is a local family-owned hot oil company that has been in operation since 1981. We work hard to develop good business relationships with the oilfield companies in the Tioga area. While offering services north of Lake Sakakawea, we focus on integrity, hard work, and safety. For all hot oil services, call dispatch at 701-641-3065 or 701-641-6310. And for hiring information, be sure to follow us on Facebook at DL Paraffin. At Souris Valley Dental Group, we've been using modern treatment techniques and products to help families smile since 1968. Voted as the #1 dentist in Minot, our team of expert dentists combine their unique areas of expertise and their experiences to create treatment plans that help each individual patient meet their goals. Contact our dental office at 701-419-8900 or visit surusvalleydental.com to schedule an appointment today. You can count on us to keep your family grinning from ear to ear for many years to come.
As we come back to the NCC Sports Desk, welcome again to our Continental Resources Coaches Comments on our Border Plains Equipment pregame show. I have head coach Terrell Jacobson of the Alexander Comets volleyball team to talk with me about their upcoming Region 8 match this evening with the Powers Lake-Burke Central Ranchers. And first of all, Coach Jacobson, thank you for taking time this evening to talk with us on our Continental Resources Coaches Comments.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
The Comets are currently 2-1 on the regular season with wins over Partial and White Shield to begin the season, but then dropped a match 3-0 against the Ray Jays. What can you tell me that has contributed to your early season success, Coach?
Well, we have some girls. We have a young squad this year, but that's no different than what we've had last year. We also had a young squad, and I guess that's kind of contributing to our success. I have some girls that even my sophomore has 3 years. This was her third year of starting varsity. So we expect big things out of our young girls. So they're used to competing together, and they kind of thrive on it.
Why don't you tell our listening audience a little bit about yourself and your coaching staff? How many years have you been the head coach for the Comets, and do you work outside the home? And if so, what do you do, Terrell?
Yep. Well, this is my 29th year of coaching. I've been both the head basketball and volleyball coach at different points of time here in Alexander, and I also took a stint where I was a volleyball coach, assistant volleyball coach in Watford City as well for 13 years. But I'm back at the helm now in Alexander, and this is my 6th year back here in Alec, coaching the Comets. And I am the athletic director here at the school, and I teach 4th grade. I'm assisted by Jackie Hansel, our school counselor, and my daughter, Taryn Jacobson, who's a 2nd grade teacher here, is our junior high and also assistant coach here at the school.
As I look at your roster, I note that you have 2 seniors with a number of underclassmen on your team this year. It's always nice to have that senior leadership coach. And who are your captains this year?
My captain this year is Jalen Modine. She's our senior setter. She's been with us since she was in junior high. I mean, she's put a lot of time and effort into the game. Our other senior, Mariah Nolan, she's kind of newer to the game. She just came out for us last year. And so she's got 2 years. This is her 2nd year under the belt, and she's gaining experience with each game.
As you know, the Ranchers lost a bunch of experience from last year's team due to graduation, but in looking at their scores so far this season, they have found some success recently after dropping in their opening match to the Wilson Trinity Christian Crusaders, as they have now won 2 matches in a row. What do you feel will be a key ingredient for the Comets to come away with a win tonight, Coach?
Well, I think as with anything, we treat each game, new. Each game's a new game for us. We need to play with some confidence. We need to play and be able to fill in for positions that may or may not be missing for us. I actually just found out today that our senior captain, setter, is going to be sick with strep throat today, so we're going to be short on her tonight. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But I know our girls are pretty anxious to keep playing, and we view each game as great practice. So we'll see what we can do tonight.
Well, best of luck to the Comets tonight as you take on the Ranchers. You've been listening to our Continental Resources Coaches Comments with head coach Terrell Jacobson of the Alexander Comets, and we'll be back with more of our Border Plains Equipment pregame show from the NCC Sports Desk after a few words from some of our great sponsors.
While being the largest leaseholder in the Bakken, Continental Resources believes that we are among the most efficient and cost-effective producers of oil and natural gas on the planet. One of the most effective ways of putting action behind our values is by giving to those communities in which we operate. American Energy is a huge contributor of tax revenue to local, state, and federal governments, an economic catalyst, and a job creator. If you want to work in an environment that encourages teamwork and putting your ideas into action, visit CLR.com to start your new career today.
Bank of Tioga, with locations in Tioga and Crosby, North Dakota. Come and talk to us about all your financial needs. Whether it's agriculture, business, investments, or personal banking, we have the right product for you. Call our Tioga Bank at 701-664-3388 or our Crosby Bank at 701-965-6333 to discuss your needs with us. Ignite prosperity at the Bank of Tioga.
At Haugland Insurance Services, we are passionate about protecting farmers and ranchers. With extensive agricultural knowledge, we have the tools to protect your profit and minimize risk. Whether it's crop and livestock insurance or farm property and liability, we protect your hard-earned assets. We can also assist with farm transitions, commercial insurance, life, health, and disability coverage. You work hard to feed our world, and we work tirelessly to protect what you've grown and built. Call us at 701-965-4066 or visit us online at HauglandInsuranceServices.com.
Located in Crosby, North Dakota, Brad Johnson Insurance has been helping clients find insurance coverage since 1986. Our team is passionate about serving the community in which we live and pride ourselves on getting to know our clients to best serve their needs. Our staff is active in the public and strives to better our community through participation, involvement, and by supporting area events and youth programs. For a quote, visit bradjohnsoninsurance.com or call 701-965-4200 today.
As we come back to the NCC Sports Desk, welcome again to our Continental Resources Coaches' Comments on the Border Plains Equipment pregame show. I have caught up with head coach Kayla Jensen of the Powers Lake-Burke Central Ranchers volleyball team to talk with me about their upcoming Region 8 match this evening with the Alexander Comets. First of all, Coach, thank you again for taking time this evening here on our Continental Resources Coaches' Comments.
Of course, it's always a pleasure.
As I look at the schedule for the Ranchers to start the 2023 season, the Ranchers started out this season by losing to the Williston Trinity Christian Crusaders 3-0, but then have captured the last two regular season matches against the Divide County Maroons 3-2 and the Lewis and Clark North Shore Plaza 3-0. By the looks of it, the girls are starting to find some team continuity early in the season, Coach.
Yeah, first game jitters are always kind of a thing with us, and it's no different this year. We only have two girls that have any varsity experience, so as far as experience, we're a very young team, even though we are full of seniors. So that first game we had some jitters, and afterwards we just talked, and I said, the girls, you refer to everybody on your team as a family, so it's time that we start playing for our family and not worry about the things that we have done, but what can we do to help our family out, and they have really picked it up since then.
As we look at the Ranchers, did the Ranchers do any off-season camps or leagues this summer, Coach? And if so, where did you compete at that level?
We did not. We were planning on going to a team camp, but it ended up falling over a church mission trip for one of our churches in town and a Bible camp for the other church, so we did not have enough girls. We brought in Kelsey Titus, who used to be the assistant coach for the Jamestown Jimmies, and she put on a 3-day camp for us. So that was all that we did this summer. The girls were so busy.
As I look at your roster, you mentioned that you have 8 seniors on this year's Rancher volleyball team, and who are the captains and the leaders of this year's team, Coach?
I would say they kind of all take that leadership role, but Eliza Schroeder and Claire Gunderson, they are my two that are returning with experience, and they just have kind of helped the girls that don't have that experience. They've helped calm them on the court. They've helped, just them in ways that you only know that experience from playing it.
The Alexander Comets are coming into the match tonight with an identical record on the regular season of 2-1, having beaten the Partial Braves and the White Shield Warriors before dropping a match against the Ray Jays last week. What do you know about the Comets team, and what will the game plan be tonight to try to take away a Region 8 victory tonight, Coach?
We know that they are hustlers. They don't give up on that ball. They are very well coached, and Terrell Jacobson, and I know that she strives for those girls to give everything that they've got. So we know that we have to go out there. We have to be ready to play. We have to play for the girls that are on the floor with us, and we just have to play with confidence.
Well, best of luck to the Ranchers tonight as you take on the Alexander Comets. You've been listening to the Continental Resources Coaches Comment segment with head coach Kayla Jensen of the Powers Lake-Burke Central Ranchers. We'll be back with more of our Border Plains Equipment pregame show from the NCC Sports Desk after a few words from some of our great sponsors.
Founded in 2019, Northwest Therapy Services, located in Ray and Williston, North Dakota, provides speech therapy in our clinics, as well as partnering with local schools and nursing facilities to provide on-site therapeutic services. Our therapists offer language therapy as well as therapy for social, cognitive, communication, swallowing, feeding, and voice disorders. We are dedicated to providing the highest level of quality services. To schedule an appointment, visit nwtherapyservices.com or call 701-568-8255.
At Tioga Ace Hardware, our store is a member of the largest retailer-owned hardware cooperative in the industry. We are all committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. As the helpful hardware folks in your community, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Shop the biggest brands all under one roof at 119 North Main Street in Tioga, or shop online at acehardware.com.
Especially on today's anniversary, the 22nd anniversary of 9/11, Twin Towers falling to terrorists. We want to stop and remember and thank all of those who serve in our military and our law enforcement and EMS and all the people that are keeping us safe in this great country of ours. And as we do that, we're going to honor the United States of America with the playing of our national anthem.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of GameDay Media, LLP, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent by GameDay Media, LLP.
Based in Crosby, North Dakota, St. Luke's Medical Center's mission is to provide comprehensive and compassionate health care for individuals and families in cooperation with the area medical community. Our vision is to be recognized as a community leader by delivering quality health care through a team of dedicated professionals in a friendly, compassionate, and growing environment. Recently named one of the top 20 critical access hospitals in the country means our community can count on us to deliver services they need now and in the future. To schedule an appointment, call 701-965-6349.
At Border Plains Equipment of Stanley, our vision is to be the respected and recognized leader in agricultural equipment and the employer of choice by helping people succeed. Our mission is to serve agricultural customers and communities by partnering to meet their needs through the sales and support of farm equipment and technology. Visit plainsag.com to check local inventory or stop by at 8141 off Highway 2 in Stanley, North Dakota today.
At Prairie Home Furnishings of Stanley, featuring some of the best brands in the industry, such as Ashley, La-Z-Boy, and Shaw Flooring, we have something for every room in your home. From furniture to flooring, outdoor living, mattresses, and decor, we truly have everything your home deserves. Shop our everyday low prices locally in store Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and Saturdays from 9 to 4, or shop online anytime at shopphf.com. For all things home, be sure to also follow us on Facebook.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Roustabout Service and Insulating, servicing the oil and gas industry since 1963. The Country Store, located at 123 Main Street in Powers Lake, North Dakota. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. Napa Tioga Parts Supply, located at 105 North Main Street in Tioga. Visit napaonline.com. This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Othione Boutique. Shop in person in downtown Tioga, or visit their website at shopothione.com.
Nessa Consulting, located in Tioga, North Dakota. Visit nessaconsulting.com.
Frames by Ryan James, located in Crosby, North Dakota. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Frames by Ryan James.
As we come back here to Powers Lake, North Dakota in the barn, it's time now for our Haugland Insurance Services starting lineup. Haugland Insurance Services, located in Crosby, North Dakota. Working tirelessly to protect what you have grown and built. Contact us at 701-965-4066 for all your insurance needs. For the visitors on the scoreboard tonight, got a little bit of change in their starting lineup due to sickness. Jalen Modine is not available tonight. She is a setter, so they're going to have to come up with a new setter tonight. They'll go with Lainey Powell. Powell is wearing number 4. She is a sophomore, stands 5'6". She's a middle hitter. Trinity Hernandez stepping in tonight with the start. She wears number 5. She's a freshman, standing 5'3". Mackenzie Suko, number 6, is a junior, standing 5'6". She's an outside hitter. Ellie Sharp wears number 7. She's a freshman, stands 5'7". Jaden Hengelfelt. Hengelfelt is a junior, wearing number 9, stands 5'6". And Mariah Nolan, a senior, wearing number 20 tonight, stands 5'8". She is an outside hitter. They're coached up by head coach Terrell Jacobson, assisted by Jackie Hansel and Taryn Nusma. And on the other side of the scorebook, the Powers Lake-Burke Central Ranchers go with the starting lineup of Eliza Shorter, wearing number 3. She is a senior middle hitter. Claire Gunderson wears number 8. She's also a senior outside hitter. Jessa Riestad is another senior, wearing number 12 tonight. She plays outside hitter for the Ranchers. Jocelyn Puckett is a junior setter. She wears number 14, getting the start tonight. Elvia Puckett is a senior, wearing number 15. She is a middle hitter. And rounding out the starting lineup tonight, the setter wearing number 34 and another senior is Trista Inget. The head coach for the Ranchers is Kayla Jensen, assisted by Sarah Fredrickson. That's your Haugland Insurance Services starting lineup. Our officials tonight, out of Kenmare and Stanley, our floor umpire tonight in her 9th year is Kendra Evansvold. And in the chair tonight, his first-year referee getting into the officiating is Emmy Hanlon. She has the chair tonight. And so we're about set to go with our Northwest Therapy Services opening serve. It'll be the Ranchers going back to serve. And for the Ranchers, it'll be number 15. That is Elvia Puckett, a senior. The Ranchers are blessed with 8 seniors on their roster this year. There's the whistle, and we're set to begin with your Northwest Therapy Services starting lineup. Serve is in. Here's a set to the middle. Tried to tip it across. It's number 4, Lainey Powell, and that is unsuccessful. So the first point goes to the Ranchers. 1-0 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Just underway in set number 1 of this best-of-5 set match. There's the bump on the outside. Brought across. Now here is a spike attempt by number 14. That's Jocelyn Puckett. She's wide and to the right, and so we're all knotted up at 1 apiece. Glad you've joined us on GameDay Media, your leading streaming service in Northwest North Dakota. Got a lot of events in store for you, and we'll get to those this week. Trying to announce what we're going to be doing here, but we're going to be busy this week. Bumped across. Here's a set back over to number 6. That is Mackenzie Suko. And that return by the Ranchers is out of bounds. So another point for the Comets. Their first lead of the night as number 4, Lainey Powell, goes back to serve. A jump serve by the sophomore. And that'll be an ace. So 3-1. That's a Tioga Ace Hardware ace by Lainey Powell. Lainey Powell is a sophomore, stands 5'6". Another jump serve here at the barn, and it doesn't this time. She doesn't get the friendly roll off the net, and so it's 3-2. As the serve goes back to the Ranchers, it's number 14, Jocelyn Puckett, going back to serve. Trailing by 1, 3-2 as the serve is in. There's a dig to the front row. From the middle, it's bumped across. Up front, Schroeder brings it across for the Ranchers. Now here's number 6, Suko, bringing it across. Pushed across in back row by Clara Gunderson. Up front, here is Suko again. This time that is too deep. And we're all tied up at 3 apiece on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. 3-3. Puckett with the serve as she continues. Puckett is a junior for the Ranchers. Puckett can't catch up with it, and that's a point off the arms of the Ranchers, so that point goes to the Comets. And as we continue on here, number 20, Mariah Nolan with the serve. Off the net is no good. Ranchers can't come up with it, and it's a 2-point lead, 5-3 in favor of the Comets. Nolan with the serve again, gets it across, dug out there by Gunderson. Bumped across by Puckett. Here's a, brought it across. Up on top, here's Schroeder trying to put it down, can't do it. And just like that, the Comets have doubled up the Ranchers by a score of 6-3. Gives us a chance. We'll get to that in a little bit here, but here's Nolan again with the serve, dug out there by Schroeder. Schroeder's going to try to bring it across, and right now the Ranchers are all out of sync right now as another point for the Comets. Ball hits the floor on the Powers Lake side. It's 7-3 right now on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. And there is a service error by the Comets. Easy point for the Ranchers. They get the serve back. It'll be number 12, Jessa Riestead, going back to serve, trailing by 3, 7-4. There's an ace by Riestead, a Tioga Ace Hardware ace. 7-5 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard as Riestead goes back to continue to serve. Jessa is a senior. Have a substitution. Alexis Powell comes into the game for the Comets. And Comets kind of running into each other right there in front of their own net. Ball hits the deck. 7-6, an easy point for the Ranchers off the error by the Comets. Here's Riestead again, trying for a third point in a row, gets it in play. Dug out in the back row, and it's going to go off the net, and it hits the floor. So Jessa Riestead is doing a great job from the service line. Has scored the last 3 points from the service line. We're all knotted up at 7 apiece.
Our scoreboard is backwards on our display. I think only you can hear me.
Here is the ball out of bounds. It's another point for the Powers Lake-Burke Central Ranchers, and they've taken the lead by 1.
If you're watching on the live stream, our score is just flip-flopped right now. We're getting fixed.
There's a service error. And if you're listening online to our YouTube channel, our score is flipped a little bit. We're going to get that fixed, and we'll get that fixed here shortly, but the scores are flip-flopped right now. So 8-8. Here's Gunderson with the dig. Here's a set. Back to Gunderson. Gunderson tips it across, finds the donut hole. And that's another point for the Ranchers. 8-9. The Ranchers take the lead again by 1. And this time it'll be Eliza Schroeder going back to server's row. The Souris Valley Dental Group server's row. Bumped across by the Comets. Here's Puckett with the set up front to Gunderson. Gunderson goes off the hands of number 7, Ellie Shape. And that's another point. Score is correct now. They've got it switched around. It's 10-8. If you're watching us online, appreciate all of our viewers tonight. Make sure you tell your friends and family to find us on GameDay Media ND on YouTube. No charge to listen to our games. That's because we got great sponsors. And if you want to become a sponsor and help us out with the cost of producing these games, contact either myself or David Peterson. We'll have your contact information later on in the broadcast, but that last point goes to the Comets. 10-9 as we're back and forth here tonight. Mackenzie Suko goes back to serve. Dug out there by Gunderson, pushed across. Gunderson puts it down, Suko digs it out. Now here's a set to the outside, and that is brought across by Lainey Powell, and Lainey Powell with the point for the Comets, and we're all knotted up at 10 apiece. Double digits for both, 10 on each side of the scoreboard. There's an ace by the Comets. That's a Tioga Ace Hardware ace, and that puts the Comets up by 1, 11-10. And there is a kill by Addison Barstead, and Barstead with the lead. 11-11. 11-11 as the Trista Inget, the senior, goes back to serve. There's an ace. Inget, nobody home for the Comets. It's 12-11. Caught a little flat-footed there were the Comets. There's a service error. That ties the match, this first setup in the match at 12-12. Gives us a chance to thank Brevera Bank, a proud supporter of the Stanley community and Stanley Blue Jays, helping you, our customer, forge new paths to achieve your financial goals. That's Brevera Bank over in Stanley, one of our diamond sponsors, coming on board with us on GameDay Media, our initial season. And we're glad for each and every one of the support that we get. Comets called in the net. Lead goes back over to the Ranchers at 13-12. our camera pictures from the stage tonight. Limited area here at the barn. There's another ace for the Ranchers. 14-12 right now. The Ranchers up by 2. Gunderson continues to serve. Kept alive by the Comets. Great job. Good hustle by the Comets. From the middle, Puckett pushes it across. There's Suko with the dig. Nolan brings it across with the bump. Here's a set to the back set. Powell brings it across. This time it's going to be too deep as it goes into the stage. That's another point for the Ranchers. They're up 15-12. Helping out James, our cameraman, picks up that ace. Okay. Timeout on the floor. It's a 4-point lead for the Ranchers from Powers Lake-Burke Central.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
As we come out of this St. Luke's Medical Center timeout, St. Luke's Medical Center, our timeout sponsor, located up in Crosby, North Dakota. Your complete healthcare provider located at 702 First Street Southwest in Crosby. Give them a call at 701-965-6384 to schedule your appointment today with our great providers. There's a serve with the 4-point lead. The Ranchers pick up another point as the Comets a little hesitant on the floor. Coach Jacobson trying to assure them that we need to get after the ball, girls. Gunderson again with the serve. Here's a push across by the Comets. Back set to Claire Gunderson, or Puckett, excuse me. Powell brings it across. Lanning with the point for the Comets. It's 17-13. As Hernandez, Trinity Hernandez goes back to serve. Really? Comets get it across. Bumped across by Reested from the left corner. Comets run it down as Paul brings it across. Here's a set to the outside. Hernandez there for the dig. From the middle, Powell brings it across for the Comets. Here's Jocelyn Puckett trying to find the hole. Goes off the arms of number 6, Suko. That's another point for the Ranchers. 18-13 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. As Elvia comes across with the serve. From the middle, Eliza Schroeder goes to the back row, dug out there by Hernandez. Here's Powell. And the ball goes out of bounds off the arms of the Comets. It's 19-13. And there is another point for the Ranchers as the Comets unable to return the ball. 20-13 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Elvia. There's another point. A little bit of communication hesitation by the Comets. Let the ball hit the floor. And a lot of young players playing for the Comets here. Kept alive as Powell brings it across. Here's a bump to the outside. Reested tries to bring it across. It's going to be too deep. 21-14. As the Comets get the serve back, that'll be Lainey Powell, the 5'6" sophomore, serving with the jump serve. Good serve, ace. Second ace of the night for Powell for the Comets. 21-15 is your scoreboard score. Again, there's another serve, but this time it's wide as it's 22-15. Mona Christensen, our line judge, calls it out. Here's Jossie Puckett bringing it down with another ace for the Ranchers. 23-15 as the Ranchers are now 2 points away from taking set number one here in this best-of-5 match from the barn in Powers Lake. My name's Randy Peterson. Glad to have you on board here tonight. Here it comes over, hits the rafters, and they're going to have to replay it as they're able to play it off the. They're able to play it off the ceiling, but the officials blew their whistle prematurely, so they're going to make them play it over again. Here's a set to the middle. Schroeder brings it across, but she's too deep. So that point goes to the Comets, 23-16. And it'll be Mariah Nolan serving for the Comets. Short serve, played off the net, and the Ranchers can't catch up with it. It's 23-17. 23-17, the Comets trailing by 6. Schroeder, as from the back row, Claire Gunderson brings it across. Pushed over there by Suko, played off the net. Nobody home for the Ranchers. And Comets making a game of it. Down by 5, 23-18. Mariah Nolan continues to serve. Here's a set to Eliza Schroeder, and Schroeder puts it down. It'll be set point for the Ranchers, 24-18. As we have another substitution, that is Alexis Powell. She is a 7th grader. And there is a service error. (24-18). Served by the Comets. Unable to play it off the net. The Ranchers let it hit the floor. It's 24-20. Ellie Sharp goes back. Ellie Shape, excuse me. Shelly Shape. And there is an ace off the arms of Claire Gunderson. And just like that, we have a timeout on the floor. It's a St. Luke's Medical Center timeout. We'll take one as well. Your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard, it's the Ranchers 24, the Comets 21. You're listening to Game Day Media coverage of this Region 8 volleyball matchup between the Powers Lake-Burke Central Ranchers and the Alexander Comets. Back after this 30-second timeout.
D&L Paraffin Incorporated is a local family-owned hot oil company that has been in operation since 1981. We work hard to develop good business relationships with the oil field companies in the Tioga area. While offering services north of Lake Sakakawea, we focus on integrity, hard work, and safety. For all hot oil services, call dispatch at 701-641-3065 or 701-641-6310. And for hiring information, be sure to follow us on Facebook at DL Paraffin.
As we come out of the St. Luke's Medical Center timeout, this segment brought to you by DA Land, LLC. DA Land was established in 2021 and is providing quality skid steer attachments, farm and ranch supplies, feed, and pet supplies to the Tioga area. There's another point for the Comets. They're not going to go away without a fight. They're only down by 2. They've had 5 continuous set points for the Powers Lake Ranchers. And now here's another point for the Comets. 24-23 as Ellie Sheep continues to serve, try to knot this thing up at 24 apiece. There's the serve. In play on the outside. Gunderson goes with it. Brought across by Powell to the backside. There's the ball hitting the roof. And the ball hits the floor on the Comets side. That is a winning score in set number 1 for the Powers Lake-Burke Central Ranchers. Your score. It's the Ranchers 25, the Alexander Comets 23. We'll take a 2-minute intermission, come back with our Bank of Tioga intermission report in 2 minutes.
At Souris Valley Dental Group, we've been using modern treatment techniques and products to help families smile since 1968. Voted as the #1 dentist in Minot, our team of expert dentists combine their unique areas of expertise and their experiences to create treatment plans that help each individual patient meet their goals. Contact our dental office at 701-419-8900 or visit sourisvalleydental.com to schedule an appointment today. You can count on us to keep your family grinning from ear to ear for many years to come.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by
Roustabout Service and Insulating, servicing the oil and gas industry since 1963. The Country Store, located at 123 Main Street in Powers Lake, North Dakota. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. Napa Tioga Parts Supply, located at 105 North Main Street in Tioga. Visit napaonline.com. At Tioga Ace Hardware, our store is a member of the largest retailer-owned hardware cooperative in the industry. We are all committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. As the helpful hardware folks in your community, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Shop the biggest brands all under one roof at 119 North Main Street in Tioga or shop online at acehardware.com.
Founded in 2019, Northwest Therapy Services, located in Ray and Williston, North Dakota, provides speech therapy in our clinics as well as partnering with local schools and nursing facilities to provide on-site therapeutic services. Our therapists offer language therapy as well as therapy for social, cognitive, communication, swallowing, feeding, and voice disorders. We are dedicated to providing the highest level of quality services. To schedule an appointment, visit nwtherapyservices.com or call 701-568-8255.
As we come back to the start of our Northwest Therapy Services start of set number 2, this segment is brought to you by The Porch, locally owned coffee shop in Ray, North Dakota, serving a variety of drinks with a flavor for everyone. Also, Surge Aesthetics, located in Tioga and Hazen. Our purpose is to enhance your natural beauty and give you the confidence that you need. Call Sarah in Tioga at 701-641-6429 or contact Corey at 701-870-0529 for your Hazen appointment. That's Surge Aesthetics. First serve by the Comets. Brought across. Here's a back set to Puckett. Goes off the arms, off the wall. They continue to play it. And they stop play. And they're gonna do a reserve. Should have been called out, yeah. Should have been called out, but they're gonna do a reserve, and so it'll be like nothing happened. It'll be Hernandez. Hernandez serving for the Comets. Good serve by Hernandez. Nelson brings it across for the Ranchers. Bumped across by Powell from the middle. Here's Jossie Puckett trying to put it away for the Ranchers. Can't do it as Powell catches up with it and brings it over. And here's a spike into the net. And that first point of set number 2 goes to the Alexander Comets. As Hernandez continues to serve, Hernandez again is a freshman, stands 5'3", for head coach Terrell Jacobson. And the Alexander Comets bumped across by Jocelyn Puckett. Now from the middle, Powell brings it across for the Comets. Over to Hannah Nelson. Right, good placement, but the Comets come up with it. Here's Puckett going this time. Nobody can catch up to that one on the Comet side. That's a well-placed ball by Jocelyn Puckett for the Ranchers, and it's all tied up at 1 point apiece here in set number 2. The Ranchers claim set number 1, 25-23. Off the net, the Comets keep it alive. Here's a set to the outside. Hannah Nelson brings it across, and there's a point as the Ranchers are called into the net. And that point goes to the Comets. They're up 2-1 in set number 2. Delaney Powell going back to serve for the Alexander Comets. Here is Eliza Schroeder bringing it across for the Ranchers. Well placed by number 6, Mackenzie Suko. That's another point for the Comets. They're up 3-1. Powell with the jump serve, serves it into the net. Service error for the Comets, 3-2. The Ranchers get the serve back. It'll be Jocelyn Puckett going back to serve for the Ranchers, trailing by 1. Schroeder tries to put it away for the Ranchers. Now back on the Ranchers side. Here's a back set to Addison Barstead, and Barstead with the kill. 3-3. We're all tied up on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Good serve. That's an ace for Jocelyn Puckett. A Tioga Ace Hardware ace. Your locally owned Ace Hardware store in Tioga, North Dakota. Shop and save at your local neighborhood Ace store in Tioga. See Nathan Germanson and the crew at Tioga Hardware in Tioga. And there's the ball hitting the deck, and we're all tied up. Nope, it is 5-3. 5-3 in favor of the Ranchers as Puckett continues to serve. Outside it goes to Suko. And Suko's spike is too deep. And just like that, the Ranchers have doubled up again at 6-3. Gonna have to play it off the net. That is a lift called by the chair umpire against the Comets. That's another point for the Ranchers. 7-3. Jocelyn Puckett continues to serve. Powell digs it. Barstead from the middle. It'll be Eliza Schroeder going wide and out of bounds. That'll be a point for Alexander. Mariah Nelson goes back to serve for the Comets, whereas number 20 down by 3. Puts it in play. Schroeder receives it. Going to get it back on the set. And that ball was out. It's a point for Alexander. 7-5. Mariah Nelson continues to serve. Ranchers trying to keep it alive, and they can't do it. Another point for the Comets as we welcome in our broadcast partners, KTGO, Flag Family Media Group. 1090 AM, 92.7 FM on your radio dial. Local conservative talk show radio in Northwest North Dakota. Great group of people down there. So that spike by Eliza Schroeder's too deep. And it is 7-7, all knotted up here. And that's a service error as the ball unable to go across. 8-7 on the service error. Coming into the match is number Claire Gunderson finding the line. That's another point for the Ranchers. Hannah Nelson goes back to serve for the Ranchers. Hannah Nelson is a senior outside hitter for head coach Kayla Jensen. Here is the ball brought across by Jaden Hengelfeld. And Hengelfeld scores the point for the Comets. Going back to servers row is Ellie Shape. It's the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row. Brought across by the Comets, well placed. And the Comets unable to keep the ball alive. It's 10-8 as Eliza Schroeder goes back to servers row for the Ranchers. That's an ace. Well placed Tioga Ace Hardware ace by Eliza Schroeder. It's 11-8 in favor of the Ranchers. There's the ball, another ace. 12-8, 4-point lead as the Ranchers have their biggest lead of the night with 4 points, 12-8 here in set number 2. Goes along the line, and that one is out. That's a service error by Eliza Schroeder. Gives a point to the Comets as number 6, Mackenzie Suko, goes back to serve for Alexander, and she puts it into the stage. Let's see if our cameraman can retrieve it, and he does. 13-9 as the cameraman saves everybody. Has a little grin on his face. There is another ace. Unable to return it are the Comets. It's 14-9. There's a service error by the Ranchers, and it's 14-10. Jaden Hengelfeld, a junior for the Comets, goes to server's row and then promptly serves it out of bounds. 15-10. Claire Gunderson goes back to serve for the Powers Lake-Burke Central Ranchers, this co-op. Serves it into the net, returns the favor and gives it right back to the Comets. 15-11, your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Ranchers with the lead. Gunderson throws it to the front. Brought across. And there's the ball. Last touch by the Comets. That point goes to the Ranchers. Puckett with the serve, goes back row. Ranchers return it, now on the Comet side. Powell brings it across. Hernandez there. Powell keeps it alive. Suko bumps it across. Set to Schroeder from the middle. Goes along the side, picked up there by Hernandez. As Nolan puts it down, the Ranchers caught flat-footed. And that point goes to the Comets. 16-12. As Lainey Powell goes back to serve for the Comets. Jump serve, good serve by Powell. Up in the rafters, the Ranchers bring it across. From the outside, Suko gets it into that donut hole. And that point goes to the Comets. 16-13. Powell again with the serve. They can't return it. And it's 16-14, gives us a chance to thank TechNex Solutions LLC, offering measurement, sales, service, and support for the oil and water measurement equipment in the Bakken. Call Jason at 701-641-0647 or contact him at jason@technicsolutions.com. Another point for the Comets on the board. Comets. Laney Powell doing a great job from server's row, getting the Comets within one, 16-15. Brought across, this time the Comets can't put it down. 17-15. Jocelyn Puckett now back to serve for the Ranchers. Set up to the middle. Nolan brought it across for the Comets. Now here's the Ranchers doing the same. Barstead trying to find that hole. And last played off the face and hands of the Comets, but that's a point for the Ranchers. 18-15 on the kill by Addison Barstead. Good serve by Jocelyn Puckett. Schroeder with the receive. Goes to the middle. Brought across by the Comets. Now played to the open hole by Jocelyn Puckett. That's another point for the Ranchers. 19-15. With that, we have a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. It's the St. Luke's Medical Center timeout. We'll step away. You're listening to Region 8 volleyball action from the barn in Powers Lake here on GameDay Media, your leading streaming service on YouTube. GameDay Media ND. Back after this 30-second timeout.
Based in Crosby, North Dakota, St. Luke's Medical Center's mission is to provide comprehensive and compassionate health care for individuals and families in cooperation with the area medical community. Our vision is to be recognized as a community leader by delivering quality health care through a team of dedicated professionals in a friendly, compassionate, and growing environment. Recently named one of the top 20 critical access hospitals in the country means our community can count on us to deliver services they need now and in the future. To schedule an appointment, call 701-965-6349.
As we come out of the St. Luke's Medical Center timeout, this segment is brought to you by Farmers Union Insurance Company, the Larson Vossen Agency in Crosby, North Dakota. They sell crop, farm and ranch, home, auto, commercial, and health insurance up there at Larson Vossen Agency in Crosby. Give Chell or Robbie a call at 701-965-6335 today. That's the Larson Vossen Agency in Crosby. From the middle, Schroeder tries to put it down. Dug out there by the Comets, kept alive. And it's brought across, and this time the ball hits the line, as that's an easy point for the Comets. Ranchers give that point away. 19-16. There's a serve as Puckett brings it across. Nolan keeps it alive. Brought across by Hengelfeld. Puckett goes to the corner, kept alive there by the Comets. They can't catch up with it, and the ball hits the floor. 20-16. The Ranchers 5 points away from claiming set number 2 as they're up by 4, 20-16 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Powell digs it. Comets can't catch up with it. That's another point for the Ranchers. 21-16. Lanny Powell. And the Comets unable to return it. 22-16, it's a 3 points away from capturing set number 2 as Hannah Nelson puts a great serve in play. Pushed across, and they goes off the Ranchers' arms and out of bounds. That point goes to the Comets, 22-17. Ellie Shape with the serve. Dug out there by Claire Gunderson. She gets it back. Tries to put it down, but Shape is there for the Comets. And there the ball has got a friendly net. Comets do. So the ball hits the floor on the Rancher side of play. 22-18. Shape serving for the Comets. From the middle, Eliza Schroeder tries to put it away. Powell brings it across. Here's a setup to Gunderson. And Hernandez can't keep it alive. 23-18. 23-18, 2 points away for the victory are the Ranchers. 23-18. Here's a serve by Schroeder. Hard serve by the senior from the Ranchers. From the outside, Barstead tries to put it down, and she does. 24-18, and it's going to be set point for Eliza Schroeder and the Powers Lake-Burke Central Ranchers. 24-18, here's the serve. Powell goes to her knees to keep it alive, and here's the ball into the net. So the Comets still alive. They're down 24-19. Number 6, Mackenzie Suko serving for the Comets. Here's a set by Puckett to Barstead. Off the net, nobody there for the Comets to back them up, and that is set point. The Powers Lake-Burke Central Ranchers with a 25-19 victory in set number 2 to take a 2-0 lead here in this best-of-5 matchup. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. We'll come back with more of our production here on Game Day Media on Region 8 Volleyball.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Roustabout Service and Insulating, servicing the oil and gas industry since 1963. The Country Store, located at 123 Main Street in Powers Lake, North Dakota. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. Napa Tioga Parts Supply, located at 105 North Main Street in Tioga. Visit napaonline.com. This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Othione Boutique. Shop in person in downtown Tioga or visit their website at shopothione.com.
Nessa Consulting, located in Tioga, North Dakota. Visit nessaconsulting.com.
Frames by Ryan James, located in Crosby, North Dakota. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Frames by Ryan James.
As we come back out of this Bank of Tioga intermission, we want to take and pause and express our sincere condolences to the Nick Fredrickson family as they lost their young son, Pacey Fredrickson, earlier this week. And just a lot of sad hearts in Powers Lake community right now. And as a part of their celebration of life, the Powers Lake School system is asking everybody to show support to the Fredrickson family by wearing a jersey of your favorite team. It'll be Jersey Day tomorrow, Tuesday, September 12th, homecoming 2023 for the Powers Lake Ranchers. And we just want to, on behalf of David and I here at Game Day Media, express our sincere condolences to Nick and Teddy and the family on the loss of their young son, Pacey. And I know their heart is aching, and they've got a great community over here to help provide support to the Fredrickson family. So wear your jersey tomorrow. Okay, we'll take a 10-second timeout.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
Brandy Larson Insurance of Stanley offers home, auto, business, and farm insurance. For a quote, call 701-628-1414. Your local Farmers Union insurance agent.
As we come back out of this Bank of Tioga intermission, I want to thank 701 Cornhole Company, located down in Mandan, North Dakota. 701 Cornhole Company can provide custom cornhole sets to make your cookouts even better. Visit their website at 701cornholecompany.com to see what they can make for you. That's Brad Anderson and the 701 Cornhole Company, located in Mandan. First point goes to the Comets in set number 3. Comets need to take this set to keep it alive, and now we're all tied up at 1 apiece. As the Ranchers go back to server's row, I want to thank Patriot Oilfield Service. Nate Ron and the team at Patriot Oilfield Service would like to wish the Pirates all the best this season. That's Patriot Oilfield Service. There's another point for the Ranchers. Two to 1 on your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. Ranchers out on top. Back set to Lanny Powell as she pushes it across from the back row. Appears to be one of their good players here for the Comets. Lanny Powell, only a sophomore. Nolan tries to hit the corner, can't do it, and it's a 3-1 lead. Also want to thank Hidden Beauty Salon and Spa, located in Tioga, North Dakota on Main Street. They're your full-service salon and spa. Follow them at Hidden Beauty on Facebook. Here's Schroeder from the middle. Powell keeps it alive for the Comets. Asuko tries to bring it across, can't do it. It's 4-1. Jocelyn Puckett goes back to server's row again, puts it in play. Brought across here. Comets play it. Front row, Reset hits it into the net. 4-2. We have a new premier sponsor. That is Montreal County Medical Center, located at 615 6th Street Southeast in Stanley, North Dakota. Montreal County Medical Center continues to provide quality health care to Montreal County since 1960. Visit their website at stanleyhealth.org. All right. Back to the corner, the Ranchers run it down. Schroeder brings it across, kept alive by Hernandez. Suko brings it across for the Comets. Gunderson from the back row. That would have been out. Comets keep it alive. Here's Schroeder. And the point goes to the Ranchers. Court presence. Got to know where you're at on the court. That would have been out. It's a learning, teaching moment for head coach Terrell Jacobson. 5-2. Hannah Nelson with the serve. Hernandez digs it. Spiked into the net by Suko, and that's another point for the Ranchers. 6-2. Gives us a chance of a little timeout, or not a timeout, but a substitution. Prairie Motors in Stanley, North Dakota. One of our newest diamond sponsors coming on board with GameDay Media, devoting themselves to helping and serving our customers to the best of their ability with high-quality vehicles and service. That last point goes to the Comets. 6-3 as Ellie Shape goes back to serve for Alexander, down by 3. Gunderson. Eliza. Suko. Kept alive by the Ranchers. Ball's in play off the net. And this time the Comets can't bring it across. It's 7-3. Nice hustle point by the Powers Lake-Burke Central Ranchers as Olivia Puckett checks in. There's a spike into the net by the Comets, 8-3. Ranchers starting to spread it out. They're up by 5. Puckett goes across to Olivia Puckett, and she can't keep it in play. It's 8-4. 8-4. As Mackenzie Suko goes back to server's row. Claire Gunderson brings it across. Suko with a nice roll. Ranchers bring it across and their ball hits the deck. 9-4. That point goes to the Ranchers. They're up by 5 again. Here in set number 3, they took the first set 25-23, took set number 2 25-19. On your Bank of Tioga recap as that service goes out of bounds. Nine to 5 on the 17th of September. They're going to ask the community of Powers Lake and surrounding areas to join them here at the school, I believe, at the Powers Lake High School. It's going to be a night of singing contemporary praise and worship music together to raise money and lift up the Fredrickson family as they grieve the heartbreaking loss of their son, Pacey. So join the community of Powers Lake for a night of singing contemporary worship music and praise music together as they raise money to help and lift up the Fredrickson family. That is scheduled on Sunday, September 17th, excuse me. It starts at 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. here at the high school at the barn. A night of singing to lift up the Fredrickson family. 9-8. As the Ranchers clawing their way back into the broadcast in the game tonight. Here's Puckett bringing it across. Pushed across by Hernandez from the middle. Suku there for the Comets. Lanny Powell brings it across from the middle. Inget pumps it across from the front row. Powell goes with it. Schroeder digs it out. And then Inget spikes it into the net. That point goes to the Comets. We're all tied up at 9 apiece. 9-9 as Engelfelt continues to serve. This time she serves it into the net, and that stops the scoring streak for the Comets. Gives a point to the Ranchers as Claire Gunderson goes back to serve. Schroeder from the back row keeps it alive. Brought across there by the Comets. Hernandez with the bump to the outside. Nolan tries to go along the corner, and that's wide and to the left. Point Ranchers 11-9. Claire Gunderson continues to serve. Good serve. Kept alive by the Comets. Powell brings it across. On the Rancher side now, pushed across by Puckett. Powell for the Comets on the outside. Here's Olivia Puckett with the roll. And there is a big hit by Laney Powell, but it's wide. 12-9 is your score as Claire Gunderson continues to serve for the Ranchers. Good serve. That's an ace. Tioga Ace Hardware ace for the senior from Powers Lake. 13-9. There's another ace. 14-9. 14-9, your Tioga Medical Center scoreboard. The Ranchers with a 5-point lead. Trying to close out this best-of-5 match here tonight with a victory in set number 3 after claiming the first 2 sets. Lanny Powell brings it across, dug out there, and there's a lift called against the Powers Lake Rangers. I wondered if they were going to call that one. Almost caught it and threw it up in the air. 14-10. As Hernandez goes back to serve for the Alexander Comets. There's a serve. That's an ace by Hernandez. 14-11. Stay tuned on our DNL Paraffin postgame show. We'll try to get the winning. As we're back here live, 14-12. 14-12 as Hernandez continues to serve. Brought back into play by the Ranchers. Up front, Jocelyn Puckett finds the hole. 15-12. I want to remind everybody we're going to be traveling to Crosby tomorrow night with our Game Day Media studio production. It'll be the Tioga Lady Pirates traveling to Crosby to take on the Divide County Maroons in District 16 girls volleyball. We'll have all the action here on Game Day Media. Find us on our YouTube channel, Game Day Media ND. Visit our social media sites at Game Day Media. Follow the links to get to the broadcast. There's no charge to subscribe. Become a subscriber of Game Day Media. We have great sponsors that are helping us with our productions this year. Good rally here between these two teams. One of the best of the night so far. On the backside is Jocelyn Puckett, and that one is out. 15-13. As Laney Powell goes back to serve again. Jump serve by Laney. Good serve. Dug out there by Riestead. Here's Schroeder. Kept alive by the Comets. Brought across. Riestead. Jessa finds the line on the back row. That's another point for the Ranchers. 16-13. 3-point lead. The Ranchers 9 points away from capturing the match. There is a service error by Jocelyn Puckett, giving an easy point to the Comets. 16-14 as Mariah Nolan goes back to serve for the Comets, trailing by 2. And there's a short serve into the net, 17-14. 17-14. Hannah Nelson goes back to the Souris Valley Dental Group servers row. Up front, here is a push across. Going to be Suko trying to bring it across, can't do it. That's an easy point for the Ranchers. It's 18-15. Hannah Nelson continues to serve for the Ranchers. Here's a set up to Suko. Kept alive in the back row by the Ranchers, and the Comets can't return it. 19-14. As we'll have our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game. Try to figure out who that's going to be. Here's a set to Claire Gunderson. Gunderson with the big swing. Gunderson again brings it across. Dug out by Nelson. Up front here is Barstead. Good rally here. Comets with a friendly net. Laney Powell gets the point for the Comets. 19-15. Shape serves it into the net. 20-15. Now the Ranchers are 5 points away from claiming this Region 8 match. Improve their record to 3-1 on the season. Ball hits the floor, 21-15. Again, stay tuned for our DNL Paraffin post-game show, followed by our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game announcement. 22-15. And with that, we have a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. It is a St. Luke's Medical Center timeout. Back after this 30-second.
At Prairie Home Furnishings of Stanley, featuring some of the best brands in the industry, such as Ashley, Lazy Boy, and Shaw Flooring, we have something for every room in your home. From furniture to flooring, outdoor living, mattresses, and decor, we truly have everything your home deserves. Shop our everyday low prices locally in store Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and Saturdays from 9 to 4, or shop online anytime at shopphf.com. For all things home, be sure to also follow us on Facebook. This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
Brandy Larson Insurance of Stanley offers home, auto, business, and farm insurance. For a quote, call 701-628-1414. Your local Farmers Union insurance agent.
As we come out of the St. Luke's Medical Center timeout, the Ranchers 3 points away from claiming the set. Barsted trying to put it down, but there's Powell for the Comets. Brought across by Suko, dug out by Schroeder. Gunderson brings it across for the Ranchers. Here's a set. Suko bumps it across for the Comets. From the middle, the Ranchers can't bring it across, and that's a point for the Comets. 22-16 as Mackenzie Suko goes back to serve. Claire Gunderson brings it across. Suko returns it. Now on the Rancher side, here's Gunderson with the big swing. That's out. 22-17. I want to thank Rivera Bank, proud supporter of the Stanley community and Stanley Blue Jays, helping you, our customer, forge new paths to achieve their financial goals. That point goes to the Comets. There's a service there, 23-18. I want to thank DA Land LLC, established in 2021 and providing quality skid steer attachments, farm and ranch supplies, feed and pet supplies in the Tioga area. Here's a new player for the Ranchers coming in. That is Ava Bullinger, seeing her first action of the night here in this varsity match. That's another point, and it's going to be match point for the Ranchers. I want to thank The Porch, locally owned coffee shop in Ray, North Dakota, serving a variety of drinks with a flavor for everyone. That's The Porch in Ray. Here's Bullinger with the serve, gets it in play. Run down there, brought across, not brought across, and that is set point and match point as the Ranchers claim the win at 3-0. We'll step aside, come back after this 3-minute timeout with our DNL Paraffin postgame show, followed by the announcement of our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game after this 3-minute timeout.
Located in Crosby, North Dakota, Brad Johnson Insurance has been helping clients find insurance coverage since 1986. Our team is passionate about serving the community in which we live and pride ourselves on getting to know our clients to best serve their needs. Our staff is active in the public and strives to better our community through participation, involvement, and by supporting area events and youth programs. For a quote, visit bradjohnsoninsurance.com or call 701-965-4200 today.
At Prairie Home Furnishings of Stanley, featuring some of the best brands in the industry, such as Ashley, Lazy Boy, and Shaw Flooring, we have something for every room in your home. From furniture to flooring, outdoor living, mattresses, and decor, we truly have everything your home deserves. Shop our everyday low prices locally in store Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and Saturdays from 9 to 4, or shop online anytime at shopphf.com. For all things home, be sure to also follow us on Facebook.
At Border Plains Equipment of Stanley, our vision is to be the respected and recognized leader in agricultural equipment and the employer of choice by helping people succeed. Our mission is to serve agricultural customers and communities by partnering to meet their needs through the sales and support of farm equipment and technology. Visit plainsag.com to check local inventory or stop by at 8141 off Highway 2 in Stanley, North Dakota today.
At Haugland Insurance Services, we are passionate about protecting farmers and ranchers. With extensive agricultural knowledge, we have the tools to protect your profit and minimize risk. Whether it's crop and livestock insurance or farm property and liability, we protect your hard-earned assets. We can also assist with farm transitions, commercial insurance, life, health, and disability coverage. You work hard to feed our world, and we work tirelessly to protect what you've grown and built. Call us at 701-965-4066 or visit us online at hauglandinsuranceservices.com.
At NCC, Northwest North Dakota is our backyard. The individuals and businesses who rely on NCC's services aren't just our customers. You're our neighbors, our friends, and our families. That's why we're committed to providing the high-quality internet, video, phone, and security systems you need to stay connected with the friendly, local service you deserve. NCC, making connections in Northwest North Dakota.
And as we come back to the DNL Paraffin postgame show, I've got our winning coach for the Powers Lake-Burke Central Ranchers. That's Kayla Jensen. And Kayla, as the Ranchers now improve their record to 3-1 on the season, had a nice victory here tonight in Powers Lake.
Yeah, the girls played really well. They had fun.
And so, you didn't have a lot of people that really stuck out tonight. It was kind of a team win tonight, and kind of hard to pick a player of the game, to tell you the truth, because everybody was playing kind of even. But, that's kind of what you mentioned in our pregame show, that you're kind of like a family, and families got to stick together and play together, right?
Absolutely. These girls, they play for the girls that are standing beside them, and they just want to see success.
Yeah, so, this community has suffered a little bit here, quite a bit. And you've had another tragedy in your community, and your community rallies around those that are affected, and it's just hard to, maybe there's a little bit of sadness in the community, you might say, and kind of hard to get up to play sports when you know that there's a tragedy that's taken place. But I know the community is going to rally around the Fredrickson family, right?
Absolutely. This community, there's no community quite like Powers Lake. There's nowhere else that I would rather be.
Well, I know that in our pregame show, Coach Terrell Jacobson had mentioned to us during off camera that you were once a player for Terrell Jacobson down in Watford City. Is that correct?
That is correct. She was my coach. And actually, Taryn, her daughter, and the junior high coach was water girl on my senior year. She was our water girl.
Yeah. So, well, anyway, I wanted to get you on camera and congratulate you and the Ranchers on a nice win tonight. 3-0 as you improve the record to 3-1. Again, congratulations, Kayla, for taking time out and helping us out.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, here we go.
Since 1961, Tioga Medical Center has been providing quality health care to Northwest North Dakota patients. With a newly built clinic in Tioga, where primary care providers along with visiting specialists are caring for patients every day. Primary care clinics in Ray and Powers Lake also. Call for an appointment today at 701-664-3368. Tioga Medical Center. Great staff making a difference in the lives of patients every day.
At Border Plains Equipment of Stanley, our vision is to be the respected and recognized leader in agricultural equipment and the employer of choice by helping people succeed. Our mission is to serve agricultural customers and communities by partnering to meet their needs through the sales and support of farm equipment and technology. Visit plainsag.com to check local inventory or stop by at 8141 off Highway 2 in Stanley, North Dakota today.
And as we come back to our D&L Paraffin postgame show, I've got the privilege of having our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game. It's hard to pick one tonight because you played pretty evenly, but Claire Gunderson, you've been named our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, you got a lot of seniors on your team this year. You and Eliza have probably the most experience of those seniors that played on last year's team. But you are kind of knitting yourselves together and making yourself a pretty good team, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I haven't played with these people because I've moved and I haven't played with them for 5 years. So it's really fun to just be with everybody and being able to play with them again.
So what's it like to play in the barn here as a volleyball? You're going to kind of got a short little ceiling, got to be aware of that, right?
Yeah.
But you guys seem to move really well tonight, and were able to come away with a pretty convincing win against the Alexander Comets, 3-0.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we played in the shim, so it's been really easy against, and everybody else usually has a really high ceiling. So, yeah.
So if you can play in the low ceiling, you can obviously play in the high ceiling, right?
Yes.
Well, I wanted to just get you on camera a little bit, Claire, and put you on as our Brad Johnson Insurance Player of the Game, and want to congratulate you and the Ranchers as the Ranchers improve your record on the regular season to 3-1, and want to wish you all the best in the coming games to come for this regular season.
Thank you.
With that, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll wrap things up here from the barn in Powers Lake. Back after this timeout.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you in part by Bingaman Construction in Ray, North Dakota, your go-to for all your residential and commercial spray foam and construction needs. Tegan's Interiors, located on Main Street in Crosby, North Dakota. Follow them on Facebook or find them online at tegansinteriors.com. Tioga Drug and Soda Shop, located at 106 North Main Street in Tioga. Visit tiogadrug.com.
And as we come back here to our D&L Paraffin postgame show, and we continue on with that, we want to remind everybody that Game Day Media will be traveling with 3 more games this week, 2 volleyball games and 1 football game, as we head up to Crosby tomorrow night. It'll be the Tioga Lady Pirates taking on the Divide County Maroons in a District 16 matchup tomorrow night, and then on Thursday night we'll return to Crosby as the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers take on the Divide County Maroons. Both those games will be played in Crosby, North Dakota. We'll finish the week up in Stanley with the Stanley Blue Jays hosting the Kenmare Bowbells-Burke Central Honkers in 11B football on Friday night. With that, I want to thank everybody that helped make this production possible, including our people here at Powers Lake, giving us space to be able to broadcast from. On behalf of James Myers, our cameraman, my board ops man is David Peterson. My name's Randy Peterson. Until tomorrow night, everybody, good night.
Tonight's Game Day Media broadcast was brought to you by NCC, Tioga Medical Center, The Country Store, St. Luke's Medical Center, Both the Own Boutique, Souris Valley Dental Group of Minot, Haugland Insurance Services, Frames by Ryan James, D&L Paraffin, Brad Johnson Insurance, Bravera Bank, Continental Resources, Northwest Therapy Services, Nesset Consulting Service, Roustabout Service and Insulating, DA Land LLC, 701 Cornhole Company, Bingaman Construction, Tioga Ace Hardware, Border Plains Equipment of Stanley, the Bank of Tioga, Tioga Parts Supply, Surge Aesthetics, The Porch, Tegan's Interiors, Tioga Drug and Soda Shop, Prairie Home Furnishings, Farmers Union Insurance, Larson Vossen Agency, Game 1, TechNet Solutions, Hidden Beauty Salon and Spa, Montreal County Health Center, Patriot Oilfield Service Incorporated, Brandy Larson Insurance Agency, Prairie Ford of Stanley, Flag Family Media.